sections of our collective agreement, entire sections and clauses. And on top of that, we introduced 5 new pieces of information and language into our collective agreement that are already currently and on a daily basis benefiting the members in Langley. I think the bargaining experience locally, the bargaining experience on behalf of our leg employees at the provincial level, and the bargaining experience that I've had at the BCTF for employees within the building. That's something that I have, it's a strength, but all of those things are fun to do for me, are energetic and energizing for me, because I like the work. I'm tenacious, I'm a person who doesn't like to give up, I'm someone who, when I set a goal for myself, I achieve it, and I think that that ability to look forward on your behalf and achieve positive results are one of the best things I can bring forward to you. All of the work that's going on within the BCTF, this is a great time to be looking at a question about equity and about inclusion. We've been adding new members to different committees and positions that are solely for young members, new activists, particularly for women. But I think when we come to the provincial bargaining team, we have to be clear to include not only both genders, but people from visible minorities and people from all walks of our union to make sure that we are truly inclusive, so that the voices we want at the table represent and truly look like the membership and the diversity of the membership that we have here in this room and in our locals. And I think the more diverse voices we have, the more different perspectives we're going to hear when we're talking about what it is we need and how we should go about achieving it. People have different styles, they have different needs, and they have different ways of expressing that. And I think that we should welcome as many of those as possible and be as broad and inclusive as possible. The equity audit will help, and your input at that time when we're choosing will help as well. And going into what was called interest-based and interspace bargaining, we were able to review our entire collective agreement, to rewrite 25 articles and several subsections, and to introduce new language, new committees, new joint committees, new language to protect teachers against complaints from parents. Those things are already underway and being used in Langley for the benefit of members. That took a lot of convincing, a lot of motivating, and some limited tentative steps before we had success, and then the success built upon success. I've been able to use that in other bargaining situations and on other committees at the same time, and I think that experience will stand me in good stead going forward should I be chosen as your second vice president. I'm really hopeful that we do get faced with that problem where the language is restored based on the Supreme Court case. And if that should be the situation, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of great discussion about how we resolve that. But we do start with what we have. We've all had language that restored those positions, that held those positions, that had quotas and ratios for those positions. We go back and we look at that, we talk about the funding and the cost. And maybe there'll be some of this that will need to be phased in based on money coming forward. But this government knows that they've saved billions of dollars in education over the past 12, 14 years because of the strips they made to our collective agreement. And I'm hoping that they've been smart enough to bankroll some of that money so that they have it to put our positions back in place when we win. The secondary teachers themselves are happy with the offerings that we have on the plate, that jobs are protected, that we aren't so full of dual credits when we go forward, that people's jobs are being lost into the community. I think we want to ensure that our students have the opportunity to not be off half of their times in study periods and have full schedules and make well use of the opportunity to have our arts and our trades and our academics in full bloom and have everybody being well utilized. So we're going to rely on the people who are the experts at the secondary level, but I certainly am in favor of having more credits and not less, and ensuring that the jobs are held for our members.